GameStop to the moon. What's up, guys? My name's Trey Carr with the Trey Carr Show. I wanted to bring you a video talking about something that is literally everywhere. It's GameStop, guys. So, initially staying away from GameStop. Didn't want to really. I don't want to say didn't want anything to do with it, but I'm watching from the sidelines. It's a lot of fun watching it go as crazy as what it was. Didn't have a real full understanding of it. And slight side note, so we can give some context to the story I'm about to tell you. I have this guy that actually trains at my jiu-jitsu gym that I own and run, and he's actually been a part of the Wall Street bet community for the last, I think 2 or 3 years. I forgot. He said a handful of years. However long that equals up to be. But guys, before we get into this video, do not forget, liking this video is going to be a big help. If you guys like financial education, if you guys like any news in regards to Tesla, Bitcoin, fill in the blank, just loving having some fun, or you like candy, guys, specifically candy, make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, he was telling me, give me a little context and backstory in regards to the GameStop situation and what was happening. And it sparked my curiosity because I started wanting to look into it more. And I actually did something pretty crazy that if you would have asked me 2 days ago, hey, are you going to buy any GameStop? I would have said no. Have no desire to, because I literally have a set strategy that I'm sticking to, and I don't want to deviate from it, okay? And I'm not a gambler. I just don't do that. Nothing wrong with that. That's your game. Do your thing. But the reason why I actually did something a little nutty and I actually purchased some GameStop because of the principle of the situation. I didn't buy any GameStop out of hope of getting rich or thinking it's going to go absolutely parabolic and crazy. If it chooses to keep going crazy, hey, great. But after reading and getting caught up a little bit about why Robinhood made the decision to actually stop everybody being able to purchase GameStop and a couple of these other companies like AMC, I think Nokia was one of them as well, stopping them from being able to purchase and only allowing you to sell, that's pretty blatant market manipulation to force the stock price of GameStop to go down. Now, why on earth is that relevant or a big deal? Well, one of these big companies, one of these big hedge fund banks, this one specifically right here, actually is a part, about 40% of Robinhood's actual business. Like, they are their customer. And this actual hedge fund is one of them that's actually shorting GameStop. And they are getting absolutely butchered with all the purchasing that's going in. And it's causing a massive short squeeze. And it's causing them to lose a lot of money. So, I think it's a Citadel, whatever. It's right here. Actually, there's rumor that they are actually causing them to stay cut. There's rumor that they actually caused Robinhood to stop giving all the retail investors the ability to purchase, so it gives them some time for it to back down, potentially to cut some losses, and maybe even buy back in. There's a lot of rumor, like he said, she said. Not saying that's true, but if you guys do a little bit of research, it does not look good for Robinhood on them actually having them as a customer and them going in public and, let's be real, being really vague. And in my personal opinion, coming off as very dishonest. There's a lot of detail, guys, that you can go into researching what's going on with GameStop. But the reason why I decided to make a small purchase of 3 shares, it's like $900-ish, is that I want to be a part of what I'm seeing is a push against a lot of what these hedge funds do. These hedge funds will work together, short a stock, and release a lot of FUD in the news, which is basically a lot of negative information, true or partial truths. And I found more of them than not being false. Just to give you an example, Tesla. I have a bit of a bad taste in my mouth with some of these hedge funds, specifically the ones that are being affected that are shorting GameStop. If you guys remember, if you go back and you look at some of the shorts of Tesla and a lot of the information they're putting about Tesla, they were extremely false. They heavily pump and short a stock, and then they release a lot of FUD, a lot of articles and information out there that are either partially true or they're just flat out lies. They're wrong. And they scare people off. It sells. They make money. And that's why Tesla was held down for as long as what it was. And that's where you saw kind of the first big short squeeze where Tesla just absolutely went to the moon and decided to keep venturing on into space and keep going. It's a great company, right? Now, I'm not arguing that GameStop is the same thing as a Tesla situation, because I believe it's different. I did, however, see an argument on there that when GameStop was like $2 to $4 or whatever a share, that their market cap, you couldn't argue that that was a fair valuation for GameStop, because GameStop, if you look, their cash flow was greater than what their actual market value was at the time, which is insane. Taking it a step further, like someone brought up some points that was making an argument on why it was so undervalued, is that they have an actual deal with Microsoft that they get percentage of these digital purchases when people buy games with their sales. And one of the reasons why, at least that was explained to me, is that GameStop actually sells a large volume of their actual consoles. And it looks like with their new CEO or new one of their board members, excuse me for not having all the information on that, but purchase a large sum of their shares, and this potentially could turn around. Could it go like as crazy as what like Tesla's projected to be and being a large portion of the market share? No. But who's to say whether it's overvalued or undervalued? Like, what I mean by that, who is to say that you can or can't purchase or sell a stock because it's under or overvalued? It's the free market, guys. Like, you can't tell someone whether they can or can't purchase a actual stock. So a part of this is literally I'm throwing money at something that I would never encourage anybody or myself to do. This is not investment advice. This is not an investment into GameStop. But for me, it's a little bit about being a part of something that is fighting against something that I think is completely wrong, which is what these hedge funds do. If you think back in 2008, 2009, when everything hit the fan, they got bailed out. How were we left? Not necessarily you and me, because we're probably not old enough to physically experience that, but our parents did. You know, definitely our grandparents did as well. It's kind of like the people's opportunity to stick it to the man. Keep in mind, I'm not saying you should do this. I'm not saying you should be a part of it. But this is something I think fairly historic that for myself I want to be a part of. This is kind of, for me, throwaway money that I'm using to buy some of these GameStop shares. And after listening a little bit of the Barstool president, which I freaking love that dude, he's kind of like the people's champion. Not big potty mouth, I guess you could say, but at the same time, it's almost out of principle that I think that I'm not going to sell these shares. I'm going to hold on to them. Don't know how long. I don't have like a price in mind that I'm going to sell and be good with. But I want to say that I was involved and that it's something that I do believe in. We're going to buy and hold and see what happens. Guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you comment below, please, because I'd really like to get your guys' perspective on what you're doing with GameStop. What do you think about the whole situation? Yeah, this is kind of different. It's very new to me. But I did what my gut said. So, took some money to the side, put it into GameStop. We're going to see what happens. Anyways, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys think.